is Monday, June 9th, 2025. I hope everybody is having a great day. Today, first day of the week, not too bad. But want to bring to the YouTube community family, I want to talk about a little conversation that I was having with my wife, and I find it pretty interesting. And this is, gearing towards inflation. So last week, I picked my daughter up from school, and she was very excited. Hey, Dad, I got the second highest grade in the class. So she got an A in the high 90s. So, very proud of her. And I said, how about we go get some ice cream to celebrate? So she's very happy about that. We go pick up my son, elementary. Tell him, of course, he's excited as well. Didn't even really know what it's about, but he's not going to turn down ice cream. So we go to Rita's Water Ice. So if you're from the Philly area, you pretty much know what Rita's is. It's pretty much everywhere. So we pull up, a little storefront, and we were able to get a spot directly in front of the store because it's not far from the actual building location. Like, it's directly in front of it. Line wasn't too bad. A couple people out there. Beautiful day. Uh, so we go to the front, and I say, hey, what do you guys want? They pick out the ice cream. My daughter, she got a vanilla and chocolate ice cream cone, and her toppings was sprinkles and gummy bears. My son, he wanted the same thing, but just no sprinkles, just gummy bears. Actually, his was just vanilla. So very nice service. I would say, the server, she probably was in her 18, 19 years old, could even been 17. Young woman, very nice, polite. So she brings the ice cream cones out. I give it to the kids, and I say, hey, go in the car. The car is literally like 5 steps away from the actual window. So put the kids in the car because I don't want them spilling anything or dropping anything. So just because it seemed like the server had to go to like the other side of the store to ring me up. So she comes back and she's like $17. And I look and I pause, and I'm thinking in my head, $17. Now, mind you, my kids is already in the car. They already going to work in the car already with the ice cream. So I can't just say nah, take it back. I pull out my card. I actually had my card in my hand, so I just gave it to the card. She went. She did it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Got the receipt and everything. Walked out. And this is not including tax. And I was driving back. The kids excited. Took some pictures because it was actually the first ice cream event. Going out to get ice cream. We actually missed all spring, and it's summertime now. I believe it's summer, but early June. And we just, and it's not something often, but we celebrating my daughter's having a high grade. So I want to continue to reward her when she does good. Uh, and I get home and I tell my wife, I said, I just spent $17 on buying some ice cream. Not no buckets, not nothing fancy. Ice cream cones for my kids. And then it hit me, like, yo, I actually felt like I got played. Now I was happy as a father being able to celebrate, a minor success of my daughter, but minor successes lead to big successes. And I just was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, the inflation stuff is real. Like, I see the supermarket, I see the prices of things. I've been around where I'm not discrediting anybody's struggles of inflation, but it was one of those things where I didn't think it hit that type of market or product. Like, shame on me for not actually asking the price before I ordered the ice cream. But when you actually go to the storefront, you don't see any type of. There were no prices or anything. So let that be in a learning lesson. Definitely for myself. I don't care what it is. I am going to ask for the price if I don't see it listed, because now that I know buying ice cream for your kids can cost $17, oh man, it's up from now. So I will make sure moving forward, Rita's is going to pop up in my head. That's $17. I will make sure that I will ask for the price before. And like I said, it was great service. So that's one of the reasons why I just paid for it. But it could have been something else where it's a lot more money. And what are you going to do? So for me, and I would say if I could offer some advice, if you don't already do this, depending on what the item is, I would still, it could be a piece of bubble gum or whatever. Whatever, something that you may not think will be a certain price in your head. It's not like back in the day, Lickety Split or Mr. Softy ice cream trucks. And I don't even know what those prices are right now. But I just know it wasn't no $17. So that was just something that I wanted to definitely, you know, bring out that like, yo, $17 for some ice cream. That's crazy. I do want to go over this. So this is on the economic collapse.com. $30 trillion in 30 years. The greatest party in the history of the world has destroyed America's future. Got a couple minutes of your day. Check it out, the economiccolaps.com. This is a great article. Let's read this real quick. When you spend $30 trillion that you do not have, it is easy to create an illusion of prosperity. In 1995, the nation was obsessed with the O.J. Simpson trial. Toy Story was the biggest movie of the year. The Sony PlayStation made its debut in the U.S., and Bill Clinton was in the White House. At that time, the national debt was right on the verge of crossing the $5 trillion mark. Today, the U.S. national debt is sitting at $36 trillion. That means that we have added more than $30 trillion to the national debt in just 30 years. So that's crazy. And this is according to the Peter G. Peterson Foundation. That is $106,000 for every single American right now. If you want to divide that up, I'm assuming that's taxpayers, or maybe not, but $106,000 that we could possibly owe. Let's just say if the government wants to divide it up and just put that on all of us. There's a lot going on right now, especially with that big beautiful bill, which some of the reports is saying is going to add trillions of dollars to our national debt. And if you actually go on the White House website to try to look it up, it actually has like an error message trying to download it, saying that it will cause possible harm to your computer by downloading that file. So what's that about? So I just to tie this all in, $17 for some ice cream in 10 years, that might be a good deal 10 years from now. If we don't turn things around, the ship is sinking economically, and this is why we have to correct the people we vote for. Even if you don't support major elections, even your local elections, which in some cases is even more important. But we have to really get into this policy, and we have to really see the corruption for what it is, and the reckless spending that's going on in this country. Because a toothbrush, and with these tariffs, who knows? An iPad like this may cost $3,000-$4,000. They're saying an iPhone $3,000-$4,000. So this right now is the time to definitely diversify, and I would say get into some gold and silver, and just diversify, because the American dollar is definitely going down. You got the BRIC nations, you got cryptocurrency, and people are going to move and drop the dollar because they know that the U.S. is just going to keep printing money and printing money and printing money, and pretty much that's just going to leave us with, no growth. And that 2% that the Fed talks about, which I'm going to talk about in another video, but that 2% growth, or a healthy number, it benefits the bankers. It doesn't benefit us. But I'll break that down in another video. But yeah, I don't want to be too long. I just was weighing heavy on my mind about that $17 that I spent on ice cream. I just couldn't let that one go. I had to get that one out and just, just tell everybody to just, make sure that you pretty much know what the price is before you get something. So, because this is crazy. So, thank you all for watching. Let me know in your area, have you seen something similar? Is that what ice cream is now? And also, too, if you get a chance to read the article, drop some information down. Definitely, we're going to be reading the comments because I got to definitely accelerate this information, so we or myself, my family doesn't end up, just out of it. So, thank you for watching, and have a good day.